Hey friends, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Happy Friday. It's an awesome day. Wouldn't you say? I hope everyone had a fabulous, day yesterday, regardless if you celebrate or not, or you have your own little celebrations. I hope everyone had a fantastic day. And I know I did. A lot of peace, a lot of quiet, family time, me time, care time. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. Awesome. So I wanted to quickly give a shout out to Scottie, who was the first person here in the chat, although it looks like maybe a flyby. I don't know. We'll see. Flyby for Scottie, but thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. You're so funny. You always make me smile. All right, my friends, I'm excited. I have two decks that I want to share with you today, and both are new. One is new, and the other one is new to me. So today we're going to be taking a look at Outgrow Yourself. This is a Thoth-based deck, and it has pretty quirky artwork. Hey Richard, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me do this. All right. And then I wanted to see if I could make the screen just a little bit bigger so that when I show the cards, you can see them better. So that's the first deck. And then the second deck is this one. This is the Iris. It's an Oracle deck. And this is a new to me deck. I found this secondhand on eBay, and I'm very excited to check it out. So I'll go ahead and open this one. I picked this up from someone here in the community, A Riffle in Time. It's my first time shopping from her site, and she was great, super fast shipping. So I'm grateful for that. It's a lot of fun opening up all the boxes and the packages. You just had to go there. Okay. All right. Apologies for any friends in the chat who are just ridiculous. Okay. Hey, Maria. How are you? Caloris. Maria Caloris. Well, that sounds Greek. I like that name. All right. So, Outgrow Yourself. This is the first one. There's a glare. All right. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through the cards, give some initial impressions, and go through the second deck. And then, if anybody's hanging out, I will do readings using both of these new decks. Okay. I always try to be careful with the tuck boxes because, I don't want them to get damaged. Okay. There's more plastic here, but there's a little thingy here. If I could only just grab it. Hi, Clavis. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So I'm just taking the packaging off. Okay. I am, all right. Oh, darn. It was almost working. Okay, there we go. I want to be careful because I don't want to ruin the decks. All right. So, ooh, it has a pungent smell, odor. All right, but that's okay. It goes away with time. All right. So what I like about this deck, it's thoth based, so you could use it as a tarot, you could use it as an oracle. Again, we're doing this one here, Outgrow Yourself. And each card has a little saying on top that I think is so super cool. So on the Fool card, we have grow through life, which is nice because the Fool's journey is a learning journey. I know, me too. I've gone back and forth on this deck so many times. Here is the Magician. Trust your tools. I love that it could be both, you know, a tarot and an oracle. This one is the High Priestess. Your voice will guide you. And there is something really special about discovering your voice and listening to your own intuition and letting it be a guide for yourself. Like when people first have that moment, it could be like, whoa, you know. The Empress. Cultivate your garden. I kind of like that the cards are black, so all the other colors pop. Okay. And hey, Kat, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm showing 2 new decks today. This is the Emperor, and the Emperor is actually called Outgrow Yourself, which is the name of the deck. So there's the Emperor. And then we have the Hierophant. You carry the seed. That's interesting for the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is like that spiritual teacher. But when you think about it, you carry the seed. That means that you can use what you know to plant the seed in someone else. I agree. I agree with you, Richard. I mean, for me, you don't have to know anything about tarot. Just with Desiree. Hi, how are you? Silver Wanderer. Hi, and thanks for popping in. All right, we have the Lover's card. How far would you go for love? Desiree is spending time with the family. You are allowed to grow. The Chariot. I like that one. Follow your passion. This is the Lust card, because of course this is a thoth-based deck, so instead of strength, it's lust. And then we have what grows in the shade, the Hermit. What grows in the shade? You're at the in-laws. Tell them I said hey. Wheel of Fortune says grow anything. This deck is like perfect for just like if you're looking for growth and development. I mean, this is the way to go. The Hangman. The grass is greener on the other side. That's funny because, you know, usually you hear people say the grass isn't always greener on the other side, which is true. But, you know, here they're saying the opposite. Then the Death card says blossom. I like that card. Blossom. And Justice. Reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. You see that? You reap what you sow. Oh, I like this for Temperance. Plant, forget, and harvest. How cool is that? Although I would say like anybody that has a garden is probably not that easy. You know, gardens take a lot of work. But sometimes there are things that you could throw the seeds out there and they just, you know, do their thing in the wild. I like that there is 2 in the Temperance card. Yes. Yes. Here is the Devil. It says, hide your secret under the tree. Ooh. Hide your secret under the tree. Well, golly, Kat, you took your tree down already? Oh my gosh, that was fast. I was crying about that last week. Like, I don't want to take it down. And that'll be up until, I don't know, at least next week. Pain is growing. The Tower. The Tower. That's interesting, the Tower. Pain is growing. Notice how she's the one that's inflicting the pain on the Tower. That's crazy. And then we have the Star. You are a full sun plant. That's so interesting. You know that there's some plants that can grow in the shade or need the shade. The sun would kill them. Other plants that need partial shade, and then some that need full sun. That's cool. Then the Moon, plants by the moon. I don't know if I would be courageous enough to plant at nighttime. The tree needles are starting to drop. Yes, I know. And you know what? Like, once you get rid of the tree, I usually find needles for at least 6 months after. It's insane. The Sun. Don't forget to water your plants. I like that. So there's a plant theme in this deck. Growth. It's pretty cool. Again, this is a Thoth-based deck, so instead of Judgment, it's the Aeon. Grow out of it. Grow out of it. You ever see two kids arguing and the one kid tells the other kid, grow up? And then the Universe card, which is the World. Trust and surrender. It's so pretty. I know the backgrounds are so nice. So it will be really nice to pair. All right, so we're starting with the cups. Now is the time. You know, each card, when we get to the you know, to the minors, like for example, this is the Two of Cups, and it has a little expression on the top. It says count your blessings, but there's a little keyword at the bottom, and the keyword is love. Isn't that cute? And then learn to flow, abundance. Stay away from instant gratification. That's luxury. Behind every cloud is another cloud. Behind every cloud is another cloud. Disappointment. Do you know people like that? Like, they're always thinking about all the dark and gloomy things. Choose joy. In the keyword pleasure. And this one is don't dream in a glass of water. That's interesting. You know, my mom used to say this expression all the time in Spanish, and she would say like, oh, you would drown in a glass of water, right? Like, in other words, you overwhelm easy. And then what she's saying is don't dream in a glass of water. Why? Because a glass of water is contained. There's no room for it to kind of spread out and expand and grow. The keyword on this one is debauch. Desiree coming in with the emojis. Oh, they look so good. Every time I look at them, it makes me happy. And here we have what you allow will continue. I love this so much because sometimes things happen and we forget our own power and our own strength. But if we allow it to continue, that's exactly what's going to happen. The key word is indolence. Of course, it's going to keep happening until you stand up, you use your voice, you use your inner strength, you channel your inner Queen of Wands, or sorry, Queen of Swords, and you say the thing. You need to. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. There's not always going to be somebody in the corner like looking out for you. Sometimes you got to look out for you. Go to your happy place. This is happiness. All right. I'm just halfway through the deck, but already I feel really good about this purchase. You already have everything that you need. Satisfaction. That's funny because I had quite a significant influx of decks this month, okay? And I saw a video that was put out by Lady Cara, and she did it as a hashtag, but it was like basically she was saying, let's stop buying decks and let's start actually reading tarot. And I love that so much, and I'm hoping to bring some more of that into my own practice. You already have everything that you need, right? Satisfaction. Find joy in the things that you have instead of continually looking for something else to make you happy. I can't get no satisfaction. I know that song. I know that song. I won. What is keeping you caged? Princess of Cups. That's pretty. Then for the Prince of Cups, what do you secretly wish for? Notice how she has a mirror in her hands. Do you accept yourself fully? Queen of Cups. Accept yourself fully. The good, the bad, the ugly. And then, so this is, okay, I have to keep reminding myself, this is a Thoth-based deck. So you have the princess, the prince, you have the queen, and then there's no king. After the queen is the knight. Hi, Lady Fiona. How are you? Welcome. We rise by lifting others. I like that a lot. We rise by lifting others. You know, sometimes we feel down, but if we take time to help somebody else lighten the load or brighten the mood, you actually help yourself in the process, right? I like that a lot. All right, so then we move on to the pentacles, and they're called discs. So we have, you're already there. You're already there. Enjoy. Ace of Discs. I like that. And then we have every day, in every way, things will get better. Keyword change. Lady Fiona, sure. What was your question? What do you need to take? Wait, what do you need to take the first step? The keyword is works. And then we have, don't invite everyone to your castle. Ooh. I love that, because I feel like our home is our sanctuary, our sacred place. Don't invite everyone to your castle. And the keyword is power. That's amazing. And then, oh, you wanted a reading, Lady Fiona? So I'm doing an unboxing right now. I'm going to be unboxing 2 decks. And then after that, I do plan on doing some readings. So if you're around, I'm happy to do that for you. Just remind me. All right. This one is begin with yourself. And the keyword is worry. We spend so much time worrying about things that we cannot control, right? So when you get this card, worry, begin with yourself. This is going to be so great. So Lady Fiona, I'm unboxing Outgrow Yourself. And then after that, I'm unboxing this one, Iris. And then I plan to pull a card from each of these decks for readings. And I think these would be perfect for your question. I agree. You have to be super careful of who and what you let in. Absolutely. Friends, can I just remind everybody, can you please remember to like the video? That's really helpful for me. And if you find that this content resonates, please remember to subscribe as well. Hi, Izzy. How are you? All right. Find your purpose. And the keyword is success. Find your purpose. Some of us are still looking for our purpose. Okay, the next one is you only fail when you stop trying. Ooh, somebody needs to hear that. I'm going to say that again. You only fail when you stop trying. The keyword is failure. So, so good. And the next one, trust and rest. Trust and rest. Prudence. That one is prudence. The red really pops on that black background. My goodness. All right, then here we have make your goals a reality. Gain. Make your goals a reality. Opulence is a state of mind. Wealth. I mean, wealth means different things to different people. And I think that for people that think of wealth as money only, those people have a very limited mindset, and they, that doesn't invite abundance. So it's important to really open yourself up there. So now we're on the quartz. Risk everything to gain everything. That's a good one. Risk everything to gain everything. Princess of Discs. And then be patient. Things are set in motion. Ooh, this is the Prince of Discs. Be patient. Things are already set in motion. Ooh, that's good. I like these little statements on the cards. How do I start valving myself? How do I start valving myself? Queen of Discs. And then for the night, harvest and manifest. Harvest and manifest. Yes, I feel like this would be a great, you could like not know anything about tarot, pull a card and look at the top statement and like get a message from it, right? All right, so we're moving on to the swords. Ooh. This is so good. Look at this. Why do you ask what you already know? The ace. Why do you ask what you already know? Sometimes people come and ask me a question and they want a reading, right? And I'll say like, I don't even have to pull a card to answer that question. Like there are things that we just innately know, right? Okay, what you stay focused on will grow. What is that expression? Attention, no, focus goes where attention what is that? Something grows where attention flows, something like that. I like that. What you stay focused on will grow, and the key word is peace. Peace. Yes. Yes. Like somebody asked the other day, will I experience change in 2026? Well, I don't need a tarot deck to tell you that. I already know. Of course, everyone experiences change. Like there's no way to get out of that. Everything changes. So yeah, sometimes things happen like that. Oh, yeah. So this is interesting. Oh, snap. Hold on. Hold on. Desiree, are you still in here? This is the Three of Swords, Des. I know you're very particular about this card. And the quote is, "He who learns must suffer." He who learns must suffer. Because most of our most powerful lessons come from pain, right? The key word is sorrow. So this is like the Three of Swords. All right. This is the Three of Swords, Desi. He who learns, he who learns must suffer. You have your earbuds. Okay. What do you think of that card? So good. And then we have, ooh, be there. Be there. Truce. Look at this. Gosh, this is so good because sometimes you need to call a truce and just like set your own crap aside so you could just be present for the other person. Learning is swords. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. You may never be good enough. Defeat. You may never be good enough. John, how are you? It's good to see you. Hey friends, you know what? My friend John just put out a video where he shares all his best jokes. I have to say, I was quite tickled. What is limiting your growth? This is the science card. What is limiting your growth? John, did you, he's a snowplow. I was gonna say, did you work today or you took the week off? Okay, are you wasting your time? You know, some of us need to ask ourselves this question all the time. Are you wasting your time? Futility. Gosh, this is so good. Futility. Are you wasting your time? And then we have stop resisting progress. Stop resisting progress. The key word is interference. This is like the Ten of Swords. I have seen some people like take the deck and then in like a white marker, put the card titles here so you can, you know, so you can associate them. I might do that. You know, I could just put like, if it's 10 of swords, I can just do 10S so that I know that that's the swords. That's so cool. Some of them are obvious, but some are not so obvious. Going to work at nighttime soon to clean the snow. Oh, okay, John. John, be careful out there. John, is there somebody that makes you hot chocolate when you're out there? I saw a movie about that once. Be careful for redheads. Have you ever seen that movie? It's called Beautiful Girls. All right. Cruelty is the highest pleasure. Whoa. Cruelty is the highest pleasure. Sometimes. Burn it to the ground. Whoa. This is, the keyword for this is ruin. Oh, snap. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so stop resisting progress. It was not the 10 of swords. It's the 8 of swords. So that's the 8. And then the 9 is cruelty is the highest pleasure. So like the nightmare card. And then this one is 10. 10 of swords. Burn it to the ground. Ruin. Reminds you of the tower card a little bit, right? That's pretty crazy. All right. Speak free and true, Princess of Swords. Free and true. Challenge your limits, Prince of Swords. This is such a great deck for learning and for pushing your boundaries and putting yourself in that, you know, sometimes to learn, we have to put ourselves in the uncomfortable. And I feel like this deck is perfect for that. Ooh, expose your true self, Queen of Swords. I mean, she's out of control. Don't just wish it, Knight of Swords. Don't just wish it, Knight of Swords. And then, okay, so that was the, okay, so now we're on to the last suit. And this is the Wands. Okay, so we have the Ace. Welcome everything. Just like the fire suit. Welcome everything. Be open to everything. You just never know. And then find the fire inside of you. Dominion. Dominion. And don't question your gifts. Virtue. Can you accept a new beginning? Completion. Express yourself without limitation. Strife. Win and give. Victory. These cards are fire. Face your fear. Valor. Face my fear every day. Power is present. Swiftness. You got to move with swiftness, friends, because if you snooze, you lose. You know how that goes. You got to move quickly. When you see the opportunity, you got to strike while the iron is hot. Reach your full potential. Keyword, strength. Release yourself first. Oppression. This reminds me, you know how they always say on an airplane, put your breathing apparatus over your mouth first before you tend to the other members of your party. Don't try to like save everybody else and save yourself last, because you're not going to be able to make it. And that's what this reminds me of. Release yourself first from oppression. Hey Ritz, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. Princess of Wands, be brave. And Prince of Wands, there are no limits. There are no limits. I mean, if there's limits, they're probably self-imposed, you know? Oh, I love this. When my marriage will happen. Okay, Brits, I'm gonna do readings in a little bit, probably in like about a half an hour. Okay. All right. Queen of Wands, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And then the last card is the Knight of Wands. Ooh, this is good. I make it happen. I make it happen. Wow. I didn't even show you the card backs, so hold on. Here are the card backs for anybody that is interested. They're pretty cool. Cool little deck. All right. So I'm going to set her aside. So this is a brand new deck. I just picked it up. I want to say, okay, I was sick in bed a couple of weeks ago and I saw it. I thought about it. I had a coupon code, so I decided to get it. Now, The second deck is this one. It's called Iris. This deck I purchased secondhand. I got a nice deal on it. And so I'm about to, obviously it's been used before, so I'm gonna open it and hope for the best. Hopefully it's in awesome condition. But I have to tell you, the person that sent me this deck did this amazing job wrapping it and preparing it. I've never had such an awesome unboxing experience. Look at the inside. Iris Oracle deck. So good. Oh my gosh, look at the other side of the box. I love you. So cute. All right, so this is the Iris Oracle. It is not in order, so we're just gonna go in the order in which they are. But I have to tell you, it looks like it's in decent condition. There's some markings on the edge of the card, but it could just be the quality of the cards. It looks like it's in good condition. So we'll start here. Afraid of the Attic. Different color palette, but still black backgrounds. Afraid of the Attic. Rainbow Bridge. This is a fun art style. Everything you need too soon. Oh, there's some damage on this card. Everything you need too soon. You know, that's the risk that you take when you buy a pre-owned deck. Sometimes there's damage on the front there, and then there's damage there. But you know, that's a chance that you take. Body as a house. I was saying that, like, your body is like your body temple. You gotta protect it. The sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. Very quirky artwork. Ooh, Labyrinth. Volcano. Service. Gallery of those who came before. Can't be caught. I like this card a lot. The one who hides the sun. You know, there's always somebody like that. That, you know, tries to kill your joy. Fire Mother. Laughing and crying. You like the cat, Desiree? Victor, hi, how are you? Running errands and lurking. Okay. The All-Knower. I'm going to be on Victor's channel later tonight. Isn't that cute? Healing through rest. Hi, Amelia. Thanks for dropping in. It's nice to see you. Party leader. That's fun. Party leader. Gifts to the portal. Gifts to the portal. Ooh, interesting. Justice. Love grows love. Gosh, isn't that beautiful? No one is yours but you. Why do we as people always feel like, you know, like we own everybody else? Aw, pink bubby fairy. That's cute. The messenger. Dependency. Sitting on top of the world. The weight of truth. Oh, this is a good card. Fear that the light will bring judgment, right? Because what happens when the light comes out? Well, light exposes everything that is in the shadow. And some people like that shadow space because their actions, or they feel like their actions are not being seen, but they are. That's an interesting card. I like that. Ooh, this is a good card. No bull. No bull. Be free and do what you love. Make it look like the night. That kind of looks like the Hermit. Everything will be okay. Body. The sword. That's interesting. Repopulation. This is a quirky deck. You know, this is the Iris Oracle by Mary Elizabeth Evans. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She has several decks, and they're all very quirky. And the only deck that I have of hers is this one, Vessel. And, you know, again, this is like a super quirky deck. I'll show real quick. See? So this is the only deck that I have by this creator. Now I have the Iris. A lot of people that have the Iris are fine with the Iris and then don't use the Reclaim. I find that the Reclaim and the Iris are, they seem to have different energies. So I'm curious to work with both. But yeah, this is, and those are the card backs for this one. This is the Vessel. And this is the only one that I have by this creator. I know, like, I remember this deck because Candy, Soul, and Soil, she had this deck and she absolutely adored it. What is hidden will be revealed. So good. Dream travel. Another one that has a little bit of damage. This one is called Green. Hi, Chip. How are you? I've been enjoying your word series this week. It's so good. So good. This one is called Hiding. Share tenderness. Share tenderness. That one is so pretty. Share tenderness. Chip had a live yesterday on Christmas Day, and he had his grandkids. Protect your heart. Protect your heart. Ooh, Visions. You know, some of our greatest ideas come from these visions. Ooh, mysterious mother. Under a spell. Thank you, my darling. Suppression of a star being by hands unworthy. Hands unworthy. These I feel like are like external forces that make you feel small or make you feel like you have to minimize yourself or make you feel like you wish you could crawl under a rock. We don't want that. We want to address the things that make us feel that way. Yes. Ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. That's interesting. Ungrateful daughter. Death of the deceitful. Death of the deceitful. You know, ever know people like that? Like, they lie so much they believe their own lies. Every time they talk to you, they forgot what lies they told you. So then they, you know, come back with yet another. Question, is the definition of the cards? Well, this particular one, Death of the Deceitful. Let me see in the book. This is card number 76. And it says, we fear death. We fear death of relationships, death of our habits, our patterns. This card is calling upon you to pick up the scythe and cut down the things in your life that are just not true. Lay your past self to rest. Don't be afraid of burning bridges that you never wanted to cross. Cremate the skeletons in your closet. If people think you're being heartless, intense, ruthless, maybe you are, but you need to be. Death will always bring new life, new growth. So tear down the walls without a second thought to what will be built in its place. Be relentless in your path of destruction. It is a necessary death. And, you know, there's a lot of people that they're, you know, they're afraid of change. They're afraid of anything different. They want to keep everything status quo. But that's not necessarily, that doesn't necessarily inspire growth. Stay back. So, in a tarot deck, there are meanings and we do memorize. Like there's a lot of memorization when you're learning tarot. This particular deck is an oracle deck, so it's a little bit different. Usually an oracle deck will come with a book and it'll tell you the meaning of the card if you're not able to intuit it by looking at the art. So these are a little bit different in that there's not a structure or a system. You can kind of let your mind, you know, go free with these cards. Okay. Predictions of growth. Anyways, Chip went live yesterday and he said so many beautiful things. And I said that there's a lot of things that I do on my channel, but I can't do that without the love and support of other people. Hey Tim, how are you? It's good to see you. And so I like to give a lot of props and credit to the people that, you know, do a lot of work behind the scenes to help me get things done. And like right now, I'm gonna tell you, Desiree, she's, you know, a shining star in my life, and she helps me in so many different ways, and I tried my best to articulate how grateful I am for her yesterday in Chip's live stream. But yeah, she's, you know, she's a diamond. She's a diamond. Naresh Kumar, hi, how are you? And welcome. And okay, a fearful world. I'd say that's kind of what we're living in right now. A fearful world. Desiree is the bestest. Spirits to guide you. Spirits to guide you. The one who needs to control. You know people like this. You know people like this. You're my diamond. I'm thinking of that song. Shine bright. What is it? Shine bright like a diamond. The lonely journey of the priestess. It is a spiritual journey, is often very lonely, especially if other people believe in other things. Sometimes they're not as supportive. Smother. You know that song? You know that song? Oh, this is fun. Cornucopia. This one is called Restlessness. Chippy is a diamond too. Chippy taught me a lot of things. Cosmic exploration. Broken and hatched. Chip has given me valuable advice and insight in the short amount of time that I've known him. You cannot find goodness because you lost your heart. Ooh. What's on the other side of the card? This is just the card backs. Those are the card backs, like a little rainbow in between two hands. And then the art and the little quote are on here. So all of the card backs have the same thing. See? Ta-da. Yeah, it's a cool card. Naresh, my man. What does that mean? Y'all taught me a lot. I constantly learn. Oh, learning is good. We looked at a card earlier. It says sharing is caring. This one is the hold. The hold. Oh, this looks like the card backs. Rainbow transference. So it's almost like you have the rainbow and you transfer it to another person. And that's how it is. If you have positive vibes within you, right? Positive intentions, positive vibes, a positive outlook, positive energy, and you work with another person, you will pass a little bit of that to them, right? If you're around a person that all they do is whine and complain and carry on about everything in life, I mean, negativity breeds. So those are the people that you want to like stay away from because they're not like helping. And that those are, for me, I find them to be like energy vampires. They just they suck the life out of you. You know, every time you try to say something positive, they come back on the flip side and say something negative. Who was talking? I think it was Kevin Hart. He has a video somewhere where he's talking about his brother and how his brother always has something to say about anything that Kevin Hart says. And it's pretty funny. And it's funny, I think, because we could relate, right? We could relate to that. Cast your sacred symbol. That looks like a Celtic knot. We gotta pass the good vibes. That's why when negative energy comes into the chat, I don't like it. Like, pew! We have to boop them. We have to boop them out of the way. Okay. Oh, I really like the colors in this deck. Look at this one. Good things. I like all the eyeballs too. Good things. Ooh, alchemy. Slimy. Slimy. Something that is never truly yours. I mean, money transfers from one person to another person to another person. It's like here today, gone tomorrow. Tomorrow. You know, in Spanish, there's a saying, a friend is like a dollar in your pocket, right? So you gotta be careful who you call friend. Not everyone is a true friend. When you find a true friend, you gotta hold on to them. Twin. Twin. Make believe. Gifts from the past. Oh, this is so good. Your light. Don't let anyone dim your light. This was me from my whole young person, teenager life. Inside looking out. This is my inner teen. How I spent many, many years. Wow. Left out with the wolves. I've heard that expression before, right? Feed you to the wolves. That would be the equivalent of kick you to the curb. Kick you to the curb. Oh, look, like an angel message, maybe from a feather. I think that might be a feather, right? It says, someone soon. Cute. Ooh, ripe fruits. Speaking of fruits, like yesterday, for Christmas morning, I usually make French toast, and we wanted fruit to put on our French toast. Well, when we got there, the strawberries were all gone. And then all we saw were blueberries, and I was like, you know what, it's fine, because it's not strawberry season, it's not blueberry season. You know, we have blueberry farms here in Florida, and I know that it's not the season, but my daughter was like, no, let's get the blueberries. So we got the blueberries, and I was pleasantly surprised. They were delicious. I don't know where they came from. In between worlds. Ooh, your dreams are closer than you think. Closer than you think. Ooh, scry mirror. Does anybody scry? I like to scry with fire. Some people like to scry with clouds, with water, with crystals. Puppet. I mean, you could read this card in a lot of ways depending on the question, you know. Calm within transformation. You know, a lot of times people look at the snake a certain kind of way because of the connection to the Bible and the story of Adam and Eve. But there's another part of the snake, and that is the fact that the snake sheds its skin. So it's that idea of letting go of the old in order to step into the new. So there's healing there, and transformation, and growth when you think about that. So here it says calm within transformation, because you know it's not easy when you're changing, or when situations are changing. We can become emotional, we can become unstable, we can fall into depression, right? And this is just reminding people to try to stay calm when things are, you know, when you find yourself in those situations. And then the final card is the Heart Eater. the Heart Eater. Wow, so interesting deck. And overall, for being a used deck, it's in fairly good condition. It's just got a couple of damaged cards, but nothing like extraordinary. And it's a chunky deck. Let me see. Yeah, 78 cards. So the same amount of cards as a tarot deck. I love chunky decks. Love, love, love. So I'm just going to count real quick and make sure that I have them all. 4, 6, 8, 10, All right, they're all present and accounted for. Now, one deck is a new deck, new to me deck, and the other one is just new altogether. So it's very important to clear the energy of the decks, especially if someone else has used them before. So I'm going to use my sound tool. There are a lot of ways to cleanse a deck. Some people use sage, palo santo, smoke, right? Sometimes people use smoke to clear. Some people put them in the full moon. Some people put them in the sun. I like to use sound. I like to use crystals too. But let me see. Don't eat my heart. I need to give love to. I think there's a song that has those words, no? Cleansing energy. Awesome. Oh my gosh, Clint, thanks for the happy poop. Thanks for the happy poop. Thanks for being here. All right. That is the beginning. The cardstock is pretty good on this deck. Okay. Clint, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Clint and Desiree, channel members. Victor is in here too. Somewhere, I think he's lurking, but yes, just want to say thank you to my channel members. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for supporting the work that I'm trying to do and the love that I'm trying to pour into, you know, the community. Giving the decks a shuffle. Don't mix your poop with your broccoli. Tupac Ghost. Wowzers. Tupac. Tell me the truth. Did he do it? All right, so I am shuffling my decks, and then I'm gonna do quick readings. So these are gonna be general readings. I'm gonna pull a card from Outgrow Yourself and a card from the Oracle. So the first card is going to be, what am I stepping into right now? And the second card is, what support or what mindset is going to help me move through it? All right. So this is, okay, so this is the Iris Oracle. Now, I'm gonna put this gorgeous clear quartz. Okay, look at this clear quartz crystal. Like, it's so clear, like you could see straight through. It's stunning. Do you see the rainbows? Can you believe that Mother Earth makes this? This comes straight from our beautiful planet. So I'm gonna put the clear quartz here for now while I shuffle the other deck. And I didn't want to shuffle it because it's in order and I don't know if I'm gonna put it. Oh, this deck doesn't have a guidebook. No, how can I put it in order again? Oh well, no guidebook. I'll have to figure it out. All right, so here goes. Hey Kathleen, 1193, how are you? It's been a while. How are you doing, friend? Oh my God, this cardstock is like butter. Ooh, snap. The cardstock is like butter. All right, so for anybody that is coming in, I just unboxed 2 decks. These decks, it just kind of happened that way that they will cake time. All right, that is no problem. These decks they're gonna be perfect pairs, and so I'm giving them a shuffle. I'm gonna pull a card from each of the decks, and the first card is gonna be, what am I stepping into right now? And then the second one is gonna be, what support or mindset will help me move through it? All right, Kathleen, how to join the chat? Kathleen, what do you mean? Tim, I donated. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, thank you. Yeah, I can pull cards for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right, so this is the first time that I'm using this deck, so I want to, or it was like in exact order, so I want to make sure to give it a proper shuffle. Okay, Kitty did it. Clay, you cracked me up. Kathleen, how to join the chat? Which chat are you talking about? Is that a question that you have, or, I mean, you know, you're welcome in this chat anytime, because my experience with you has been that you are a good person. Are you a witch? I mean, that's a personal question. Are you? Upstate New York? Upstate New York. All right. All right, Tim. So my plan was that I was going to pull a card from the Outgrow Yourself and then pull a card from the Iris Oracle. And so the first card would have been, what am I stepping into right now? And then the second card, what support or mindset will help me move through it? Do you feel like that works for for what you're wanting? Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, the first card is going to come from the Outgrow Yourself Tarot. What is Tim stepping into right now? What is Tim stepping into right here? Okay. And then from the Amia, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Harsh Sharma, you have a question. Okay, hang in there. I'm reading for Tim right now, okay? All right. So, the second card is what support is going to help me? What am I moving into and what support is going to help me? What support? Ooh. All right, Tim. So your first card is the card of prudence, okay? Trust and rest. So if there's something that has come into the play that is causing you maybe to distrust the situation, or causing you to worry or to lose sleep over a matter, this is suggesting that you instead trust the process and rest now while you can until everything starts going again, because it almost feels like there's a standstill, right? There's not any movement right now, and then the key word on this card is prudence. And you don't often hear this word in the English language. In the Spanish language, we use this word a lot, like being prudent, or you know, in Spanish they would say imprudente. Don't be like the opposite, like que imprudente. That's what you say to the kids that stick their nose where it doesn't belong, right? So this is saying be, you know, prudence, right? Like, so be mindful and trust the process and allow yourself time to rest. And then the oracle card is right here, rainbow transference. Okay, let me know if this worked. Okay. So I noticed that YouTube is starting to do this when you go live. And I noticed that when I use StreamYard, this doesn't happen. It only happens if I go live on YouTube. It's really weird. So sorry about that. Let me know if I need to repeat anything. And I'm gonna pop out the chat real quick. So weird. Okay. All right. So Tim, let me know if I need to recap anything. Okay. Yes, from the Oracle. All right. So so the first card, remember, was trust and rest, and the keyword was prudence. And then the second card was rainbow transference. And what I was saying was that this could be, because this card here kind of gives me the idea that something is happening behind the scenes for you, right? But from your perspective, it doesn't seem like much is going on. And then over here, we have transference. So it's like something is happening behind the scenes. And I was saying that this could be person to person, but what I get is like spirit to you. I feel like spirit is working on something for you. So I was gonna get the book. I was telling you that this is card 21 if you are into like numerology. So if you take 21, that reduces to 3. 3 is related to growth and expansion, which growth can sometimes be uncomfortable and unpleasant, but it leads to good things. So we have Rainbow Transference 21, and I'm just gonna share with you what the book has to say. You have found the magic connection. You have found the reason that you are not a solitary being on this earth, and that is to share your magic with others. You have found your inner power to make beauty in all forms of this plane of existence. You have the gift of being able to share it with others and also to receive this from others as well. And I really get from you, I really get that this is you in receiving mode right now. Let me see. Where did I leave off? Since the time we incarnate, it is within us. It's our magic, our knowledge, and our rainbows. Be able to communicate or show this otherworldly treasure is not as easy as just feeling it or knowing it. You have the power to fully bless others by showering your rainbow light on them, letting them feel the balance of the full spectrum of this lifetime. Each and every color has a purpose, a place, a time, and each color is being connected. So hopefully that makes some sense for you. Okay, it does resonate. Okay, that's perfect. And then I wanted to show you both the cards together because they're really pretty. And of course, I know in the booklet it says that each color has a purpose and a reason, but for me that color red is standing out because of these red flowers, and I connect the reds to our passion, right? The things that are burning within us that are asking for creation. So that is what I have for you, friend. Thank you for stopping in and for letting me read for you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So that reading was for Tim. Of course, you know, anytime someone makes a donation, I automatically bump them to the top of the list. So I appreciate Tim very much coming in and sending over a donation. So I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to give the deck a shuffle. And I was going to, let me see, who was the next person? It was, I'm going back in the chat. I think Kathleen had a question and Harsh Sharma had a question. Are you both still here? Who's still here in the chat? And, you know, anyone else that would like a reading with these two decks, let me know, because, you know, the questions are good. What am I stepping into? Great question as we wrap up 2025 and move into 2026. I mean, sometimes the things that we want are not the things that are due to us in that moment, right? Like, sometimes we have to open ourselves up to see what spirit wants us to be doing at this moment in time. All right. So let me see. All right, so Harsh is still here and Kathleen. Okay, perfect. So let me pull cards for Harsh. So Harsh, the first question is, what am I stepping into right now? And then the second one is, what support or mindset do I need? These decks are good together. And I had heard that, but like, they're gonna be awesome together. Okay, so we're gonna come over here. Outgrow Yourself. So this is for Harsh Sharma. What is Harsh stepping into right now? Okay. And Chip, thank you, my friend. Second one is, what support or mindset will help me move through it? What does Harsh need to move through this energy? So Harsh, the first card for you is, it's a recommendation from Spirit. It says, find the fire inside of you. And because it says that, I can't help but think that perhaps you feel disconnected. Disconnected from yourself, disconnected from your life goals, from your ambitions, from the things that you're meant to be doing. Hey, Bill, how are you? And so the key word for this card is dominion, right? Dominion. Find the fire inside of you. So what are you stepping into right now? Well, it seems like there is something that is meant for you, but you're disconnected from it. And when I ask the question, what support or mindset is going to help you move through that? We have this card, Weight of Truth. And this has a very specific meaning, you know. Is there something that you're carrying inside of yourself that is perhaps a secret and it's a huge burden on you that needs to be released? Because perhaps in order to connect with your fire within, you have to let go of those things. You have to come clean. Weight of the truth. What is this truth? You know how they say the truth will set you free. What is this truth that you need to, you know, put out there in order for you to step into your full power? That's what I'm going to ask you, Harsh. As I see that you are asking about a relationship, right? But for me, what I'm getting with these cards is there's something that you need to come clean with your partner in order to reconnect and rekindle the energy of the relationship. And I can't tell you what that is. Only you know that. So that is the question, or that is the answer. Find the fire within you. And when they're talking about fire, it's your passion, right? It's your motivation, it's your inspiration. What gets you up and gets you going, right? You need to think about that. What inspires you to do all the things? If you want to reconnect, you're gonna have to come clean with whatever it is. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. Hi, Desi. How are you? I just read for Harsh. Harsh, let me know if that aligns, if it makes sense for you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to shuffle my deck and get ready for Kathleen. Getting ready for Kathleen. I really like how these decks read together. Hello and goodbye. Hello and goodbye, Bill. Hi, Debbie. Debbie McBounds. Hi. Thanks for stopping in. Nice to see you. All right. So, Harsh, are you still here? Let me know what, you know. Harsh. Tell me, Harsh. Let me know if that resonated for you. And I am moving on to the next person, which is Kathleen. And Kathleen, thank you so much for coming back. I know you've been here before a couple of times, and it's good to see you. All right, so resonated. Okay, thank you, Harsh. The smart one or the outcast has been hanging around part of the day. I can only assume you're talking about the turkeys. All right. Shuffling for Kathleen. The iris doesn't shuffle as nicely as the Outgrow Yourself, which is interesting because the iris is previously used, so I thought it would be a little bit more broken in. But the cardstock is different too. Cardstock is different too. All right, so this reading is for Kathleen. A turkey that doesn't like cabbage. How could that be? Okay. Scottie, you're back. How are you? Scottie, you got first. You got true. What is it? First love? You got first love and fly by love. All amazing. I didn't have any special videos to show, but I just wanted to say that you made me smile and I appreciate you. I'm back. I'm bigger and better than ever. Okay, so this message is for Kathleen. So we're pulling, the first card is from Outgrow Yourself. What am I stepping into right now? All right, so Kathleen, this is for Kathleen. What is she stepping into right now? What message for Kathleen? Ooh. A crazy cat jumping for nothing. No, but Clint did leave me some poop, happy poop or something like that. He sent some stickers, I think. Oh my gosh. All right. Message for Kathleen. What support or mindset is going to help her move through it? Ooh. Okay. 25. Yes, my darling. Are you sad? Can you hear my cat? Hi, Ferris. Watching from Kenya. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I may feel... Okay. All right. So this message is for Kathleen. So the first card is... so the question was, what am I stepping into right now? Oh, there's the happy poop. Okay. So what am I stepping into right now? And the keyword on the... I'm not lying. The keyword on this card is abundance. The keyword on this card is abundance. So what are you stepping into right now? A state of abundance. And it's saying the recommendation is learn to flow. So perhaps this is not something that has been easy for you or that you have like ever experienced. You know, like when you get used to living your life a certain kind of way, like perhaps you're used to always have to do everything for yourself, and somebody comes into the picture and they try to help you, and you were like, what do you mean? Like, I've never had anybody. What do you want in return? Like, you might be skeptical. It might be difficult for you to accept help because you've never had that before, right? So what energy you're stepping into right now, it's abundance. But the recommendation is you're going to have to learn how to move with that flow. Learn to flow. This is the equivalent of the Three of Cups, which is usually a card of friendship and of celebration and, you know, of closeness with others, your inner circle, right? So you're stepping into abundance. That makes me really happy, right? And so what support or mindset is going to help you? It's this card right here. It's card number 25, Gifts to the Portal. And for this one, I want to read the book for you, okay? Gifts to the Portal. So that one was number 25. And It says right here, some things that appear to be a loss or a waste of time are actually just labors for which you have not yet seen the reward. I'm going to say that one more time because it's written a little bit weird. But basically what they're saying is sometimes you are working towards something and it feels like a waste of time because nothing seems to come from it. But what the card is recommending, and notice there's a bullseye here, right? It's like an offering. It's like the offering is the energy and the time and the heart that you're putting into something, and you're putting it into the ether, right? You're putting that intention out there. And what this is saying is that you haven't seen the reward just yet. It doesn't mean that you're not going to receive the reward. Okay, so it says here, it would be nice if everything worked by a simple and a clear formula, but it can be more complicated than at times. Some hurdles need more work and attention to overcome than others. The actions that we take don't always turn out the way that we predicted. Know that your hard work is always seen, even when it doesn't feel like it. And I want to say something. You know how sometimes, like, you have a wish, right? You put a wish out there into the universe, and spirit answers your prayer in a way that you least expected. And then you ask yourself, well, yeah, I said that, but this is not what I meant. Like, I meant this other thing. But spirit knows what's best for you, right? Spirit knows what's best for you. So whatever it is that you're currently working on, don't give up, don't lose hope, continue to do it, because you're stepping into a period of abundance. And what spirit really wants for you is just to learn to go with the flow. So that is what I have for you, Kathleen. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. I haven't seen you in the chat. Hopefully you're still here. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna shuffle my cards. I'm so happy that the chat is, carrying on and having a good old time. Clint's poop. What does Clint's poop have that mine doesn't? Corn? Ew. So gross. You guys here, that deserves an emoji. Hold on. There you go. That's how I feel. All right, Kathleen, hopefully you know what, the message will find you when you're ready to receive it. Okay. All right, so that was for Kathleen. And sorry, because was there somebody else after Kathleen? Faris, are you still here? I know you are watching from Kenya. I didn't know if you had a question tonight or not. Bill went to tend to the sheep, to the turkeys. Debbie McBounds came in and said hello. That was really nice. All right. So I got caught up. Yes, I would like a reading to see what's coming. Okay, so I will take care of that for you. You're up next, Richard. So I'm gonna follow the same kind of pattern. I find that this 2-card mix will be able... Oh, you're welcome, Kathleen. Oh, good, you're still here. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I find that this works for a multitude of questions. All right, so I gotta shuffle the decks. And then I like how these read together. They read really well. All right, my dears. My beautiful Desiree is visiting at her in-laws, and Vic is running errands and lurking in the background. And we're gonna be live on Truth Wave later tonight. And then All right. Okay, so this message is for Richard. Let's clear some energy. All right, Miss Debbie, you would like a reading? Okay, I will read for you as soon as I wrap up Richard's reading, if that's okay. You're welcome, Scottie. All right, so Richard. Aisha, you're here. Yes, absolutely. So Aisha, there's 2 people ahead of you, okay? Don't leave me. Last time you left me. So I'm reading right now for Richard and then Debbie and then you. Okay, Aisha? Thanks for coming back. All right. And anybody that is hanging out, please remember to like and subscribe and tap the bell icon so you can be notified when I go live. I like to go live at least once a week. And I do readings a lot. I don't always do them, but I do a lot of readings. So that's your favorite. Desiree loves the sign. Okay, so this is for Richard. What is Richard stepping into? Richard is thinking about the new year. Richard, 2 cards are coming out for you. I don't question these things. I just go with it. Okay. Yikes. All right. I want to be like, this is a very clear message in a very unclear way. So I'll just start with that. All right. So this is for Richard. Richard, you have a major arcana card coming up, which is the moon. And the moon is typically about doing a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of introspection, and that's a little bit better. Okay, a little bit of introspection and really taking a closer look at those shadows, right? And so you got the moon card and it says plant by the moon, right? I mean, you could take that literally, right? Our ancestors, when they planted by the almanac, right? They followed the moon in order to know when was the best time to plant whatever it was that they were trying to plant. So you could take that literally, but I think that what this card is saying, now is the time to really take a close look at your shadows, and also now is that time to plant those intentions. You know, now is the time to plant those intentions. And notice like there's 2 figures here and it's like one is the mirror of the other one. So this is asking you to take a closer look at yourself. What are you stepping into? You have the moon with the suggestion that you should plant your seed. And then you have the victory card. I mean, you know, you can't make this up. You have the victory card. You will be successful at whatever it is that you're being called to do. But notice how she has a fire here. You ever heard that expression? You got to light a fire under it. You got to light a fire under it. That's what this is. Like, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. So you have the keyword victory with win and give. Okay? Win and give. Lori, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Another channel member coming in. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. All right. So Richard, so those were your first 2 messages, right? To take a look. Remember the question, what am I stepping into right now? You're being invited to take a closer look at yourself, at your shadows, and now is the time to kind of plant those seeds of intention of what it is that you're trying to bring about. And at the same time, you're basically being told that you're going to be successful at whatever it is that you do, right? You're going to be successful. Now, for the Oracle card, what support or mindset is going to help you move through this? Okay, we have two cards. The first one is Puppet. Okay, the first one is Puppet. So let me grab the little booklet. Puppet has a certain kind of meaning, right? I can't help but feel like you're not anybody's puppet. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. Cut your strings, cut the strings, right? You don't have to do anything according to what anybody else is expecting of you. Other people's expectations, you know, mean nothing in the great scheme of things. What does Richard want to do? What does Richard want to do? That's what you want to be thinking about. Okay. The second card is the Heart Eater. The Heart Eater. And you know what? I can't help but see that this is card number 13, which is the card, like 13 is the devil. All right, so 13, the Heart Eater. Okay, so thank you, Laurie. Yes, please be respectful, okay? Like if you come into the chat and this is not your cup of tea, nobody's suggesting that you stay. You know, you could swipe and go into the next live and see if you find what you're looking for there. You don't have to come in and be nasty. It's just not necessary. So yeah. All right, Richard. So 13, the Heart Eater. I wanted to read a little bit more about this card so I can finalize the message for you. And basically what it's saying is that this card, she offers a lesson, right? She offers a lesson to you. And it suggests that sometimes we become overwhelmed by our own feelings of anxiety or discomfort, loneliness, or even undirected energy, okay? And then it says that she turned her rage on herself. And it's just reminding us, let's be nice to ourselves and our hearts when we are feeling our emotions are caving in on us. So basically it's like, look out for yourself, right? Look out for yourself. So let me go back and recap real quick. The question was, what is Richard stepping into right now? So Richard got the Moon card, and it was this you know, suggestion like, now's the time to be planting your seeds of intention. Well, what are your seeds? You don't know if you don't take a closer look at your shadows. So that is the first one. And then the second card that came out was the card of victory, right? Card of victory. Win and give. Win and give. So then when I asked, well, what does Richard need in order to make this happen? We got the puppet card. You know, don't let other people manipulate you or coerce you into being a certain kind of way, acting a certain kind of way, or giving up on things that you don't want to give up on, right? Be your own person. And then the second card was Heart Eater. And it's just an interesting card because at first glance, you might think like, I keep thinking of that expression, eat your heart out, baby. But this card actually has nothing to do with that, right? This is about like when our own, like let's say that each of these squigglies here is a different limiting belief or a negative thought pattern. And you can see that it's become frazzled and out of control. And then as a result of that, she eats her own heart. In other words, she's hurting herself. Yes, heart eater. She's hurting herself by doing this. So how do you, what support or mindset will help me move through it? Acknowledge, right? Remember that you got the moon card over here. So you got to acknowledge those things that are coming in that are holding you back from your own victory. There's victory for you. But notice how it says win and give. You have to give in order to receive. And a big part of that is letting go of stuff that's not helping you. So let me know if that makes sense for you. Self-sabotage. Yes. Yes, Scottie. Like this heart eater is that. That's what they're saying. That's exactly what they're saying. Complex, but reads into my current situation. See? Yeah. Yep. It's that heart eater card. That was card number 13. And I was like, whoa, that's the card. That's the devil. 13. Our hearts are powerful and can send their healing through our whole body. Remember, the heart chakra is like the gateway. From there, all the energy comes up and down, right? So if you eat your own heart, how can the energy move freely within your own body, right? Talk to your heart today out loud or not, and say 3 nice things to it. 3 nice things. The heart develops before the brain. Yeah. Yeah, Richard. So hopefully this helps you. I'm wishing you all the best. A recurring number in my family. Yeah. 13. Yep. That is what I have for you, friends. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you. So that reading was for Richard. And then, oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. That reading was for Richard. And then I already forgot the 2 people after Richard. Hold on. I think Debbie. Debbie, are you still here? Debbie, one was Richard, then Debbie, and then after Debbie, there was, oh, Aisha came back. Aisha. Okay, Debbie McBounds, are you still here? Let's see. All right, that is the next person. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle the deck so I can read for you, and then Debbie, and then Aisha after Debbie is you. Okay. I'm only doing 2 card readings today so we can move a little bit faster, but in that case, you know, we got a couple extra cards that came out for Richard. Okay. And then these decks work really well together. Wow. I am impressed. You know, I feel like this Outgrow Yourself would be an awesome journaling deck too, if journaling is your thing. You don't have to know anything at all about the tarot. You can like journal, like pull a card out and just sit with the message and probably learn a lot. 2 card readings. May I have a read, please? Okay, sure, Scottie. I will put you on the list. So I have Debbie, and then I have Aisha, and then Scottie. All right. So I'm just shuffling the decks. The iris comes with a great little guidebook. I wish that Outgrow Yourself came with something so that you could at least you know, learn the card associations. All right. Oh, let me see. Okay. Yeah, this iris is like a little bit of a thicker cardstock. It's not as nice as the Outgrow Yourself. Ah, Desiree sent a floating heart. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I saw it. I saw the floating heart. You know what? Because I'm looking at the live chat on the laptop, but you can't see the emojis there. But if you look on your phone, you can see. I did and then I know Clint sent it a few times, but I didn't get to see the poop. I didn't see the poop. Maybe that was good. I don't know. Floating heart. Those are fun. It's so cool. You didn't see it either? I was like staring at the screen. Why don't I see it? And it's not over here. It's over here. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's clear energy. I use a bell for that. I have a couple of sound tools, but for this, I use the bell. I use the bell. When you say it like that, no. Flush and run. All right. This message, it's a happy poop. Okay. So is it the smiley one? Because there's a strawberry poop in the YouTube. But I never really understand what does the strawberry poop mean. This one. There's a strawberry poop, but I don't know what the strawberry poop means. Oh gosh. All right, this is for Debbie. This is for Debbie. I know the strawberry poop always makes me happy. I always thought it was ice cream, like, you know, like an ice cream cone. But then somebody said, no, that's poop. And I was like, oh. All right, Debbie. This is a question. This is for Debbie. What is Debbie stepping into? Oh. Debbie, you got a major arcana card. Oh my gosh, this is interesting. This is so interesting. Hold on, let me get the book. All right. Your poop is angry. All right, so this message is for Debbie. So the question is, what is Debbie stepping into right now? Well, not very much right now. Debbie has got the Hanged Man, right? This is a major arcana card, and usually the Hanged Man is the card of kind of being at a pause, right? Not really moving one way or the other. Things are maybe a little bit stagnant. And what a lot of people don't realize is that pause is really a blessing in disguise, right? That's the time where you have the opportunity to reflect on where you're at right now, what you wish to change, and if there's something that you need to let go of, this would be the time to actually see what that is, right? A lot of times, if you are wanting new blessings to come into your life, then usually there's this call to kind of let go of old stuff so that you could make space for new things. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man on this card. I'm going to show you the artwork, but basically it's interesting because this card says the grass is greener on the other side. We were talking about this during the flip through. Usually you hear, be careful, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's meant to cause somebody to pause for a little while or slow their roll. But in this case, it says the grass is greener on the other side. In other words, maybe it's time for you to step out of this hanged man energy and actually take your first steps, right? So what are you stepping into right now? If you're at a pause, if you find that you're at a pause, this card is suggesting this is a good time for you to start taking some action, right? And it doesn't have to be big moves. It doesn't have to be anything too scary. It could be baby steps, right? But now's the time to start thinking about how you're gonna put, if you've been in this hold period for a while, you've likely been thinking about all these things already. Okay. Hi Chris, how are you? It's good to see you. So you've likely already been thinking about these things. So now's the time to like kind of put the kibosh on thinking and actually move forward. Okay. So that is what you're stepping into right now. It's like this invitation, like, okay, it's time to get the ball going, right? It's time to do something. And then the second question, what can support this movement, or like, is there a mindset that you need to pull in order to help you get through this? We have this card here, everything you need too soon. Notice that there's a rain cloud, but notice what's coming out of the rain cloud. It's hearts. Okay, and the person is kind of shielding themselves. So for me, what this is saying is you're missing out on your blessings. You're missing out on all the good things that are coming your way, because perhaps you've been in this hanged man state for a little bit too long. And the universe, maybe you feel like, you know, everything that you need too soon, right? Like sometimes we ask for things and then when it starts happening, you might think to yourself, not yet, wait, I'm not ready. But you are ready. So if you're feeling a little bit of overwhelm because it feels like too much too fast, like in this card, you know, this person's completely covered in hearts. If it starts to feel like too much too fast, just take small little sips, small little baby steps. So that the purpose is not to overwhelm, right? The purpose is to receive. And in order to receive your abundance, you have to be open to it. You have to put yourself out there, and you can't put yourself out there if you're hanging upside down like this. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Debbie. Let me know your thoughts. New love coming. Yeah. And that's exciting. And it could be overwhelming because you might have doubts. You might second guess. You might question. But you know, like spirit really wants you to kind of let your hair down and you know, be open. Be open to whatever it is that's coming your way. Something is coming. And whatever it is, it's going to be big. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be overwhelming. But, you know, you can do this one step at a time. Laurie, I feel like this message is for me too. That's awesome. I love when that happens. Sometimes there's synchronicities like that. I remember I filmed a video for one person, And then another person that I didn't know saw the video and they were like, oh my gosh, I feel like you're speaking right to me. I needed this so badly. And I was like, wow, because you know, that's how it works. When you are in need of a message, Spirit is going to find a way to get it to you, you know. You bought tequila and forgot the lemons. Oh my God. That's so funny. I bought tequila and forgot the lemons. And then later that night, my neighbor brought me a plate of food with lemons. You see what I'm saying? Yes. You never know. Never, never know. That's so awesome. All right. So I'm just getting the deck shuffled. Next person is Aisha. Aisha, are you still here, my darling? Please don't tell me you left. Please don't tell me you left. I prefer limes. I'm going to get myself out there and teach yoga starting next year. That's amazing. Are you going to do like virtual, like online classes? Chris, I've been enjoying you and your kitty cat, I have to say. Theo decided to climb my back as I walked in. Karen Suki! I'm here, but I have to feed my feral colony. Okay, no problem. Thank you for listening. Ooh, Lalo Tequila. That sounds amazing. No, real in-person classes. I always felt like I've done a lot of yoga like home, right? Virtually through the computer, YouTube, of course, all the things. But I always thought it would be so magical to do it in person and for the instructor to like place you and correct your errors in real time so that you learn the poses the right way from the beginning. Like I'm convinced that I was doing downward dog the wrong way for at least 2 years before I realized it. So yeah, I do adjustments. That's incredible. I love that. Yes, you gotta do that, but you gotta charge, my friend. You gotta charge. You gotta charge. I had a friend, she has a sound healing business. She ran her business from her home for many, many years. And then she tried to keep it in her home to keep the costs down. But eventually her business just got completely out of control and she ended up having to get a place. But she had to let go of that previous mindset in order to bring in that growth that was coming her way. That's what I'm talking about. You got to have faith in God and God only, not these things. Well, that's your opinion, Adeline. Thank you. And, you know, you could keep it moving. Aisha, yes, it's your turn, my dear. I'm about to read for you and I am doing 2 cards. One is, what are you stepping into right now? And the second one is, what support do you need? Dr. Muhammad Nadine, what kind of person is he? It's arranged marriage proposal. I see, Aisha. Okay. All right. So, okay. I'm going to factor that into the reading. Okay, Aisha? Was Aisha the next person? It was, wasn't it? After Debbie, it was Aisha. Can I go on the list? Okay, yeah, sure, Chris. Yeah. You know I always do the readings and I don't charge for them. If anyone feels called to leave a donation, I usually just bump them to the top of the list, but it's not mandatory. Aisha after Debbie. Okay. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty cat. Sorry, I gotta give my kimchi some love. Hi. Hi, cutie pie. It's not time for bed. It's only 6:49. Host a YouTube guide playlist. The 1,000 mark is a celebration. Yeah, that's true. I haven't done any of those things. I didn't even do channelversary. I just kind of acknowledged it in my videos, but I didn't really do very much. Laurie, if my husband gets overtime refund, I have enough to open the yoga space and retail. I think that's what I've been waiting for. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's 3:49. Okay, I see. It's super early over here. Well, you could see here it's nighttime. It's super dark. These are not like, I don't have like, what you call, those filters on my window, black light curtains, or, you know, any of that. I don't have that. It's just nighttime right now. It's just nighttime right now. So, Laurie, this spread might be good for you. Laurie, did you put yourself on the list? I think you should. All right, so this reading is for Aisha. Aisha received a marriage proposal. This is an arranged marriage, okay? And Aisha wants to know if this is gonna, you know, work. Clearing energy. Aisha. What is Aisha stepping into right now? Yeah, a marriage proposal, but it's an arranged marriage, right? So it's like a negotiation, right? The family of the other person comes in, presents their offer, and then it's up to you if you're going to accept that offer or not. If you even are lucky enough to have a choice. Sometimes, you know, the choice is made for you. So she has gotten a marriage proposal, a contract marriage, right? From a Dr. Muhammad. And she wants to know, what is she stepping into right now? If she accepts, here's the question. If she accepts, what is she getting herself into? If she accepts, what is she getting herself into? Aisha, I want to remind you that, you know, you should always seek guidance, you know, from those that are closest to you, perhaps a mentor, an advisor, a spiritual advisor, an elder, someone that you trust completely when you make decisions, right? It's never a good idea to make full-on decisions based on what you got from a tarot reading. So I just want to put that out there right now. Okay. So if Aisha accepts, what is she going to be getting herself into? We have the Queen of Wands. And I do see this as a positive, you know, a positive energy, right? It says sharing is caring. And I kind of get the sense that this is going to be your energy, right? So if you accept the proposal, what are you getting yourself into? You will be the one that inspires, illuminates, charms the other person, motivates them to do all the things. And that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. That could be tiresome at times. So, you know, it's difficult to say. Sharing is caring. You're like that. Okay. So it could be that you're that Queen of Wands. Now, if you accept this, what are you getting yourself into? What support are you going to need, right? Or what mindset is going to help you get through this? Not even playing. Justice came out. Justice. And for me, this is big time saying you can't make a decision based on emotions or feelings, right? You're going to have to look at things objectively, right? The pros and the cons. The pros and the cons. Because it's a big decision. It's a very big decision, and you alone will be the one that has to carry the weight of that choice. I'm worried, what kind of person is he? Okay. Hold, please. Because of the nature of the question, I'm going to pull out some additional cards, okay? That's a good question. So Scottie is saying, do you have the option to say no if you decide that this is not what's best interest for you, Aisha? Is that an option for you? Is it set in stone? Does your family know? Okay, let me know if that's any better. Is that working? So basically what I have to do, so thank you for telling me. What I have to do is go into YouTube, swipe it out, and then reopen YouTube and resume the stream, right? So it's not an internet issue, it's a YouTube. This has been happening to me for the past 3 weeks now with YouTube. It's really frustrating because when I use StreamYard, that doesn't happen. But if I use StreamYard, it doesn't push out the content. The algorithm doesn't push out the content. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. GG 67. Okay, so Aisha, you're here. I pulled a card for the energy of you, right? Earlier, I thought that this was you, the Queen of Swords. I mean, sorry, the Queen of Wands, okay? And then when I asked for a card with your energy, Page of Swords, okay? So for me, this shows that you are demonstrating the qualities that you should be demonstrating right now. You're being curious about the situation, and you're trying to learn more about the situation. You're asking the right questions. The swords are about communication, about clear communication. And with this being a page, it's someone that's at the early stages of their journey. So that makes perfect sense for you, right? You're at the beginning of this proposal that could lead to a marriage. You're asking all the right questions, you're being curious, you're not making assumptions, you're seeking to understand what is going on, okay? So this is a card that was your energy, okay? A card for his energy. We got the Sun. So I have to say that I'm a little bit surprised with this card, okay? But we have the Sun card. The Sun is one of the most positive questions. One of the most positive cards in the deck. Now, can the Sun be read in reverse? Yes, of course, right? The Sun shines a light on things, basically, okay? And I always found it curious that in this particular deck, the Sun was out at nighttime. Where is here? So I'm just gonna look real quick. The Sun card. So This is, remember, this is a card for his energy. It says hope, looking forward, healing, remembering, sorry. A card for his energy is pure joy, success, good luck, thanks and gratitude, saying yes, and positivity. You know what this is telling me? He's hoping you'll say yes. Okay? He's hoping that he's wishing for success, and he is also seeking good fortune with this connection. And what gets me here is saying yes and being positive. And so that speaks, you know, to his character, right? He's just as worried as you are. He wants to do the right thing. He wants a positive connection as well. Now, does this say what kind of person he is? No. But it's good to know that he is also wanting the best for you both. Well, parents know what's good for their child, but it's very different in an arranged marriage situation because they're making connections based on, it's not a love match, right? It's usually, it could be, you know, related to business, or to finances, or to status, right? So the parents could allow it or agree to it because they think that they can gain something from that connection. Okay. And so what I'm saying with this Sun card is that I believe that he is also thinking about the same things that you are, right? He's just trying to, you're both doctors. He's trying to stay positive in this situation. That's what I get from this card. Now, the card for advice. We have the Ace of Swords, okay? Now remember, the card for you was the Page. The Page and the Ace are very similar because the Ace is the #1 card of the suit. It's the beginning. And so the advice is continue doing what you're doing. Continue asking questions. Take your time. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Ask thoughtful questions, okay? Seek to understand. Don't make assumptions. Seek to understand. And try to clear up some of that fog. Are you able to spend some time with him away from the family, or do you have to bring a chaperone? Because it might be worth your while to maybe say, you know what, I'm open to listening to what you have to offer, but I would like some time to spend time with you and get to know you a little bit better as a person. I shall meet him in person, but not just meet in person, but also like actually spend time. Go get an ice cream cone, you know, a walk in the park, you know, visit an art museum. Like, is there something that you can both do together where you can get to know a little bit about his hobbies, his interests, what he wants, what he's looking for, what his expectations are? A lot of times these are difficult questions to ask in front of parents. But I think that these questions are important to ask before you make a decision. Yeah, you need to be able to connect, and maybe it's not going to be a love match, but at the very least it should be someone that you're willing to enter into a partnership with. Because there's nothing worse than you know, losing your power to somebody else. And you've worked hard to get to where you are now. You're a doctor yourself. What if you come into the marriage and then his expectation is that you're going to stay home and raise kids, that you have to give up your career, right? You won't know any of this. Even if you go out 3 times, that's not enough to get to know. But it would be better for you to do that Because if there are red flags, then at least you're aware of them before you make that decision. So this card is suggesting that you continue doing what you're doing right now. Ask questions. You got to learn more about the situation, and you got to learn more about him. And women are very ingenious when it comes to finding information. You know people, you know people's people. Ask questions, do a little bit of digging, do a little bit of homework, try to find out a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. So that is my advice for you, my dear. And thank you so much for your patience, because I know that you came in last time, right? Yes. So Desiree says women have natural intuition. And you want to listen to your intuition, but what you don't want is you don't want to listen to your fear, worry, anxiety. You don't want to make a decision based off of those things. You want to make, that's why I was saying earlier with this Page of Swords, you have to make decisions by removing the emotions out of it and look at things clearly and objectively. And I feel like that is why this Justice card came out. So that is my recommendation to you, and I wish you all the best. And please come back and let us know, you know, how's it going for you. And thank you for letting me read for you. Great question. I do. You know, I mean, life is more than what you see in the movies. I'll say that. But I've watched enough movies. I love international films, and I've watched enough to know, you know, that it's a completely different culture. And it's so hard to say when you are Americanized compared to the way things work in other countries. So, you know, it's not easy. It's a difficult choice. And I'm glad that you have a choice. Yeah. Scottie wants to know about 6'7". Oh my God, Scottie. I filmed a short about that. I filmed a short about that. I need a sip of water. I feel parched. You're in the wrong city. Hey Claire, how are you? Good to see you. Are you gonna be able to just move? Is that even possible? This creatures deck worked really nice with this reading, don't you think? It was good. I was cut out of that loop. Okay. I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna tag you. 6'7" is a very annoying expression that came out of some song, and somebody somewhere thought it would be funny to say it. Like, remember when it was famous, like, very demure, very blah, 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 very mindful, blah, blah, blah. And then people just went crazy saying it over and over again. The same thing happened with 6'7". And it became a meme, it became a thing, and people started saying it, and it was just annoying. And then schools started banning it, and parents were, like, unhappy. A general? Sure, Claire, we can put you on the list. I think I have... shoot, I was after Aisha was Laurie, I think, right? And then after Laurie, I think there was no one, so I can do you after Laurie, Claire. Does that work? My last reading took a little bit longer because it was a more of a difficult question. But what I'm doing is I unboxed 2 new decks today, and I'm using them together as a pair. And so what I'm doing is from the first deck, hey Theresa, how are you? Space for you. Sure, we can add you onto the list. All right, so then Theresa. Okay, so we have Laurie, then hold on, Laurie, then Claire, then Theresa. Okay. And so I'm pulling out 2 cards, right? So one is from one deck and the other one is from the other deck. So the first question is, which I find this could be kind of customized to whatever your question is. The first question is, what am I stepping into right now? And the second question is, what support or mindset is going to help me through it? Okay, Phoenix. My daughter is in Anthem and my best friend Snowbirds in Tucson. Ooh, is your hubby open to moving? Are you empty nester? I can't remember. All right. So I'm just giving the decks a shuffle. Oh no, Chris! Chris was on the list. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. You gotta go. You gotta go for real? Like, I'm sorry. I don't have it on. I didn't write them down. I'm just going by memory. I'm sorry, my friend. All right. Oh, Chris, I feel terrible. Scottie is next. Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was, it's not Laurie? And where was Chris on the list? Because I completely forgot about Chris. All right, who's on the list right now, Desiree? I should have started a list. Okay, I got my paper. I got a pen, like the old school days. Elizabeth, pay attention to this. Michelle Lowe, hi, how are you? Okay, we're trying to figure out the list situation and then we'll figure it out. All right. All right, I got a piece of paper. Sunil. Okay, so Chris said that he had to go, so Sunil is there. So Chris, we won't be able to read for Chris. And then Claire. And then Theresa. But I feel like somebody was missing. Okay, Michelle wanted to be added, so Michelle will go after Theresa. Michelle Lowe. Segla, between Germany and Ukraine. Which country is it? Child, please. I have no idea. Okay. Chris had to go. I feel terrible. Phoenix. Karen Suki. All right. So, okay. This is what I have right now. So I have Sunil. Is Sunil here? Okay, Sunil, let me know if you are still here. Then if Sunil is not here, the next person is Claire. Claire, are you still here? Oh wait, what about Scottie? Scottie was on the list. See, I knew it. Scottie. Scottie, Laurie, Sunil, Claire, Theresa, Michelle. Okay, Sunil is not answering, so I'm going to take Sunil off and put Scottie there. Okay. All right, Scottie. So we're going to start with Scottie first. Solid Crush. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Solid Crush, Soiled Girlfriend. Wow, that's a long one. Okay. Is it okay if we just call you Soiled Crush? All right, so we're reading for Scottie. First card from Outgrow Yourself. What am I stepping into right now? What am I stepping into right now? What is Scottie stepping into? Ooh. And then, what support will Scottie need? Your cards came out fast, Scottie. Okay. I'm just confusing. Okay. Shrey Singh. Oh, okay. All right. So this message is for Scottie. What is Scottie stepping into right now? We have the works. Okay. The works. The question on the card is, what do you need to take that first step? Okay. What do you need to take the first step? We have the works. And what support or mindset is going to help you move through it? We have the messenger. Interesting card here because you have a key and a book. So there's some knowledge there, right? And the pen looks like a feather. So I'm going to say there's some spiritual guidance coming in for you too. Okay. And I'm not scared to take that first step. What do you need to take the first step? Works. What do you need to take the first step? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that this might be the 10 of Wands. I believe this might be the 10 of Wands. And so that when it's a 10, it's the end of something before starting something new. So I don't think that it's that you're afraid to take the next step. It's that you're wrapping something up now so that you could now move into something new, a fresh beginning. Okay? And when you're starting something from the beginning, these are questions that we have to ask ourselves, right? What do I need to do to take this first step? What is it that you are wanting to bring in? What is it that you're working towards? Do you have a list of ideas? A list of possibilities? Have you looked at that list and have you prioritized what it is that you want to do first, right? What are you aiming for? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves before we step into the doing, right? Before you do, you have to think. So you have card, what is this? 19, the messenger. So let me see what that card says for you. All right. Tell me if this makes sense to you. No list, I'm shooting in the dark. I mean, that's what I get, you know, shooting in the dark. So that's not working. You have to actually put some thought behind, right? Put some thought behind it so that you could, when it says work, it's like your workings, right? Your intentions. What are you putting out there for yourself? So with this card here, the messenger, your words are important, okay? In each breath, pen stroke, keypad, you are doing your work as a messenger, okay? So it may not seem like it at the time, but your thoughts made tangible are valuable, okay? When you were born into this body, your spirit had so much to say about all of it, everything that it knows and everything that it's seen. And now you actually have the ability to help it speak. Your words help us all, if not make us feel less alone and to encourage us to do the same. And I have to say, Scottie, I feel like there is a certain power in your presence. You have a certain energy that you bring. And when you're not there, you are deeply missed, right? You tend to be a straight shooter. You call things as you see them. You don't mess around. It is what it is. And you also happen to be humorous, a great sense of humor, right? For the right people. Some people might meet you and, you know, they may not resonate with your style, but most people do, okay? So I like that idea of messenger for you because it's reminding you that everything that you, yes? Okay. Everything that you say, that you think, that you speak, that you type, like all of that has power, the power of intention. So what are your intentions? Here's your question. What are you stepping into right now? What you're stepping into right now is that it is time to make your plans so that you could put them into place, right? Ace of Wands, right? That would be a new beginning, a new passion, a new motivation. So now's the time to be thinking about what you're going to do, right? What you're going to do next. And remember that your words carry weight. Your presence is valuable. You mean a lot to a lot of people. So imagine if you took that power and you channeled those messages. Think about it. Okay. All right, good. I'm glad. I hope you do. I hope you do. My Scottie, we do miss you incredibly when you're not there. And worry. I'm sure I'm not the only one that worries, like, oh, where's Scottie been? So, yeah, you have a special power. You have a special power and a special connection to a lot of people. And maybe you're being called to, you know, to do something with that energy, right? If you attract other people with your vibe, then maybe Spirit is saying, okay, what you gonna do with it? Beautiful message for Scottie. Okay. Now, next person was Claire. Claire, you still here? Claire. I'm in charge of my faculties now that I actually wrote it down. Let's see. Claire, are you here? You are next. I'm definitely not called to cleanse poop, Bernadette. Oh my gosh. All right, Claire, are you here? Yes, okay. So this is gonna be for Claire. We're pulling 2 cards. One from the Outgrow Yourself and one from the Iris Oracle. So let's clear some energy. Okay, so what is Claire stepping into right now? What is Claire stepping into right now? My cat is having a nervous breakdown. Oh, oh, my baby. Oh, I love you. What's the matter, Kimchi? You're welcome, my love. All right. What is Claire stepping into right now? Claire, Claire, Claire. Ooh, right here. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what this means, okay? But my candle just burnt out right at this moment. I'm like, why is there smoke all of a sudden? The candle literally burnt out. I burned the candle all the way until the ends. Oh. And the energy that you're stepping into, Claire, the Magician. This is a major arcana card. the Magician. And it says, trust your tools. You know, the Magician is all about, like, everybody has tools at their disposal, right? I'm not talking like hammers and nails and, you know, kitchen gadgets. I'm talking about our spiritual tools, our intuition, you know, whatever it is that you use to connect. It could be the holy book. It could be crystals. It could be tarot cards. It could be your journal, right? It could be anything. So the important thing about the Magician is knowing what your tools are and using them when you need them, like not forgetting that you have them. Okay, so we have trust your tools, the Magician. Okay, that's what energy are you stepping into right now. This is a major arcana card, right? So here's another thing I'm gonna say. It's not just about trusting your tools, but your tools come from you. So this is saying trust yourself. Trust yourself, because sometimes we have a tendency to question or be skeptical about the things that come into our minds, right? Our own thoughts, our own intuitions. We might be like, nah, you know. And this card is saying you gotta trust yourself, right? Don't question, don't second guess yourself. When you receive an intuitive nudge, an insight, when you're sitting in stillness, like I always say, when you pray, you're putting your intentions out there into the world. But when you meditate, you're sitting quietly waiting for the voice of spirit to come through to you, okay? So when those messages come in, trust them. Okay, what support do you need to move through this? What support? Right here comes out so easy. Wow, amazing. Cast your sacred symbols. In this case, there's a sigil, right? Like, you know, you could create your own sigils for anything, really, for protection, for abundance, for whatever it is, for blessings. But again, a sigil is a tool. And what did you have over here? Trust your tools. And it's coming up twice for you. Okay. Cast your sacred symbol. Card number 63. I'm wearing the same shirt your mom used to wear. Aww. This is my red shirt. I wear this twice a year, Valentine's Day and Christmas. This is my theme shirt. I also have one green shirt that I wear for St. Patrick's Day and a Halloween shirt with the 3 Sanderson sisters on it. Okay. Card number 63, cast your sacred symbols. I'm going to read the message for you. Okay. It is time to make your mark. What you do brings power to other people. So put it out there, okay? When it says put it out there, they're talking about your intentions, okay? Put it out there. What you make and release has a whole other life once it reaches the hands of others, right? When you put your intentions out there into the universe, like someone is on the receiving end of that. Like you put it out there and someone else receives it, and then they take it and they make something else with it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to show you here and read to you. So it says, what you make and release has a whole other life once it reaches the hands of others. The hands will go on to cast their own sacred symbols as well. And the influence of your work may have just the tiniest chain reaction in their work, right? Because we're all human, and one little thing that you do causes another impact on somebody else, right? It says confidence confidence. Remember what this card said, trust your tools. And then I said, you got to trust in yourself. You can't just trust, you got to trust yourself and your tools. And this card is saying you need to have confidence in order to do that. Confidence in what you do brings power to us all. You ever have those situations where you're having a conversation with a friend and then you say something and that triggers a thought in them and they're like, oh, and then before you know it, a chain reaction, right? They go and they do this awesome and amazing thing. It wasn't anything you told them to do. Maybe you just said something that inspired them to take that next step or that action. And sometimes we have that effect on people and we don't even know. We don't even know. Like later on, they'll come back and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That one time that you said this one thing, this happened to me. So this is such a beautiful message. It's basically telling you to love on yourself, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and have confidence in what you're doing and in your interactions with other people, because it's like a domino effect, right? You've heard this before, like pay it forward, right? You do something, an act of kindness for somebody else, then they turn around and do an act of kindness towards yet another person, and before you know it, you set off a chain reaction. That's in essence what this is saying. But in order to do all that, you have to, like, it's kind of like Scottie's reading. You have to actually like cast out there your intention. You have to put your intention out there. So hopefully this makes sense for you. Let me know your thoughts, Claire. Yeah. I appear to be on higher vibration tarot too. See? Yes. And you know, sometimes I'm doing readings and I have these like little nuggets and then I'm like, no, that can't be, but it is. Okay? We can't like keep second guessing ourselves. We take our own power away when we do that. Scottie has confidence to spare. Yeah. You got to surround yourself. Like if there's something that you're missing in your own spiritual toolkit, surround yourself with someone who has it, because it rubs off. It totally rubs off. Something that you may have thought, oh, no, I can never do that. Like, it will happen. My cat sensed it. Yeah, because, you know, she finally went and sat down and settled down. She finally went and settled down. And, you know, I'm wondering, okay, it's 7:34. It's 66 degrees. So I might open up the door for her so that she could get some fresh air. She likes when the screen door is open because she likes to listen to the crickets and nighttime sounds. She's so funny. All right. Thank you very much, Claire, for allowing me to read for you. And friends, please remember to hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel and this resonates, please remember to subscribe. And that's what I'll say about that. Really, I show that sign. I mean, Nightbot says that too, but I share the sign because I know Desiree loves it. It makes her heart happy. And so, yeah. All right, so let me pause just a moment. I want to get the door for Kimchi. Hi. There you go. There you go. Ooh, the crickets sound lovely. And we love our Des. I mean, we sure do. Angela May, how are you? It's good to see you. New York Debs, hi, how are you? It's good to see you too. All our friends are coming in. All right. All right, so that was Claire. Next person is Theresa. Theresa, you're still here, sweetie pie? Theresa. Theresa. You have Laurie next. Okay. I feel like I have written and rewritten the list like 1,000 times and I always get it wrong. I skipped Laurie. Okay, let me go back to Laurie then. Theresa. Angela May Hookings, how are you? All right, Laurie. Laurie. This is a reading for my channel member Laurie. Laurie is next. Hanley's Hurricane. Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Cat, yes, I know. You're right. It feels like, wait, hold on. I forgot that. I'm like, what? I just got here, but no, I forgot that I started really early today. I started at 4:44 today. So, yes, 4:44, 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. Wow, so almost 3 hours. Does anyone else hear a buzzing, humming noise? I do all the time. Handy, I'm a streamer. Okay, that's cool. Dealing with the loss of ex-husband. Sad, he's taken too early. Oh, Angela May. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay. Laurie, are you here, Laurie? Yes. Okay. I don't have a question. Whatever you got. Okay. All right. That's fine because we're doing these, you know, these growth questions today. So card number 1, what are you stepping into right now? So this is for Laurie. What is Laurie stepping into right now? Laurie. Ooh. Immediately. I love this message for you. All right. And then the second one is what support or mindset will help Laurie move through this energy right here. Interesting. Yep, she went straight to the door. Okay. So, okay. So this is Scottie. So this is for Laurie. So the question was, what energy is Laurie stepping into right now, right? It could be energy, it could be a situation, like what is she moving towards? We have awesome card, Princess of Wands. So, you know, wands is fire energy. So this is connected to our passions, our motivation, our inspiration, the things that drive us forward. This is what like pushes us, catapults us to start something new. And this is pretty ironic because earlier in the chat, you were talking about starting a business. So you have the Princess of Wands. And the message on this card, Laurie, is, I'm going to get it close, be brave. Be brave, Laurie. Be brave, because you got this. That's what this card is saying. You got this. Now, what support, right, or mindset do you need to help you get started? Look what we have here. Can't be stopped. Look at all those hands trying to get in the way of that star. And the way that I'm reading is this is, you know, can't stop, won't stop. Right? It doesn't matter what obstacles are in your way, who's out to get you, who doesn't support you, who hates on you. Like, none of that matters. You have what it takes to get through it all. It says right there, can't be caught. Catch me if you can. You heard that before. Catch me if you can. This is not that's the energy that you need to put into this idea of yours to start the yoga community. You got to be brave, and you can't let fears get in your way. Of course, there's going to be obstacles, right? Of course, anytime you start something new, there's going to be obstacles, but this can't be caught card is catching my attention, okay? And I'm going to read to you what it says here, Laurie. It says, you are movement, okay? You are movement. And your movement allows you to better explore how you fit into this world. Dance on, little darling. You are completely free in this moment, in this time, and you are shining your lovely grace on everything that you touch. Notice how they said dance, and yoga can seem like that. Just saying. Now, we see the hands from all around trying to grasp you as you dance out into the sky. Hands that want to take part in your magic. Hands that want to slow you down. Hands that want to bring you down to earth. But you're too fast. No one can catch you, and no one can tame you or slow you down. It is time for a solo journey. Listen to that, Laurie. It is time for a solo journey. This is all you. Okay? This is not husband. This is not friend. This is not astrology. This is not nothing else. This is you. Okay? Put on your dancing shoes and wiggle your way out on your own personal cosmos. Enjoy the nectar of freedom and discovery. How beautiful when you start something new that was born out of a natural passion that you have inside. Like, you have a passion for teaching. So don't let anything get in your way. Be brave. That is the message coming through for you, my darling. Thank you for letting me read for you. What? Look, just looked at my dog and told her get back, and she, Scottie, my God, Scottie, what are you even saying? What did I tell you earlier? Your words have power. Scottie, you're welcome, my dear. That was a beautiful message coming through for Laurie. All right, and now green Jesus and tequila don't mix. Theresa is here. Oh, okay, good. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm just shuffling the deck right quick. That was perfect for Laurie. You guys, can I show you something? Look what my bestie got me. Do you see that? My bestie got me that. Isn't it beautiful? It's malachite. So every day I'm like, I have to put on something that matches my green bracelet. And today I was like, I'm wearing red. Red matches with green. Those are Christmas colors. Basically, I'm going to find a way to make green match with everything. Yes, because this is a malachite ring too. See? And when I look at this ring, I think of like an angel wing. You see that? To me, it looks like a little angel wing. That's why I picked it up. Laura, how are you? You guys, Laura and her beautiful singing bowls. She has kept me company during my knitting. I discovered that if I knit or crochet, while that allows me to calm my brain and meditate faster than anything else that I could do, right? And so I have been knitting with Laura's videos. I've been knitting with Laura's videos. Hey, Izzy, you're back. And I was able to finish my hat. So I'm going to take a pause real quick and then I'm going to read for you, Theresa, but I want to share this. For those of you that don't know, many years ago, at least 10 or more years ago, I started a shawl. I started a shawl for someone with all the love in the world. And then this person, every time I showed them my progress, they kept complaining about what I was making. And then eventually I gave up and I stopped. And then I put the project away, and then eventually I lost the pattern, right? And every time I looked at this shawl, it would make me mad that this person asked me to do it, that I spent so much time and energy working on it, and that they rejected my gift, right? And so for me, rejecting my gift, but rejecting my love as well, because this is a family member, okay? So what I decided to do was transmute the energy. I went to the end of the ball of yarn. I started from the opposite end, and I cast it onto a loom, and I decided to take the yarn and make something completely different in reverse. And every time I knit or purl on the loom, I would undo a crochet stitch. And I did that over and over again. And then I created this beanie cap. You see that? It's a little bit slouchier than what I wanted. And I made this pom-pom for it today on the top. And it's pretty cool. Let me see. So there's my hat. Isn't that cute? It came out so good. So that's what happens when you have something that has collected bad energy over the years, and every time you look at it, it's like this thing that you just don't know what to do. You know what you do? You transmute it. So that's what I did with my hat. Now, I shall move on to my reading for Theresa. I just had to share that story because, of course, the hat is green and matches my bracelet. Ay, ay, ay. I'm about to time out Scottie. Keep it up, boy. Keep it up. Keep it up. Here. I'm going to give Scottie the side eye right here. Boing. That's for you, Scottie. All right. So. Put your screwdriver away. Or bring enough for the whole room. What the heck? This yarn is the best. It's so fluffy. Look at that pom-pom. I wish I could pin the pom-pom right there. That would be fun. Okay. Okay, so we're doing a reading for Theresa. So the question is, what am I stepping into right now? What energy is Theresa moving into right now? Oh my God, it came right out. Ooh, this card came out earlier for somebody. Okay, now, the second part of that question is not only what energy are you stepping into, but then like what support or mindset will help you move through it. Oh, this yarn is amazing. I have 2 balls of it, 2 additional balls. I'll go find it and I'll get it for you and I'll show you. All right, so what support or mindset will help Theresa move through it? Knit and purl, yeah, because that's what the stitches are called when you're knitting. I'm not a big knitter, but if I use a loom, I can do it. Ooh, happy birthday, Angela. Ah, I love you too. Oh my God. Wow. All right, Theresa. There's an ancestor coming through for you, my dear. Okay. Here's the question, right? This was for Theresa. What is Theresa stepping into right now? Okay. The energy is that of prudence. Prudence. And it says here, trust and rest. This is a time to trust yourself. Notice how this figure is kind of curled up. Elizabeth makes that sexy. That's hilarious, you know. I went to Truth Wave, I was wearing a hat, and then Victor was like, well, you didn't tell me you were getting dressed up. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm having a bad hair day, so I put a hat on. And he was like, still, you look all cool, and I'm just wearing a shirt. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. All right. So this figure is kind of hunched over. When do we do stuff like that? When we feel like we need to recoil, we need to pull back, when energy feels very heavy, and we need to reclaim parts of ourselves. You know what I do at night before bed? I'm going to share my secret with you. Right before I drift off to sleep, I call back my energy. I'm calling back my energy, and I'm releasing any energy that does not belong to me. Tell yourself this before you go to bed at night. Call back, because you know when you interact with people day in and day out, like you end up losing energy at times, energy that doesn't belong, right? You want your energy back, and you don't want to be clinging to other people's bullcrap, right? Sometimes when we're an empath, we can't help it. Like people will come and tell you their whole life story, and you're just like, wow, that's heavy. So at the end of the night, before you go to bed, ask your spirit team to call back all your energy, and then release anything that is not yours, and transmute any negative, like whoever's giving you the side eye, you know, you want to hold on, I'm going to show you right now. Where is it? Right here. You want to give them this. You want to transmute any of that negative energy coming through. You want to transmute it. So every night before bed, you tell yourself that. You have prudence, trust, and rest. Okay? Now, so that's the energy that you're moving into now, right? Perhaps you're finding yourself kind of pulling back just a little bit, you know, being a little bit more protective of your energy. And so the second card, what support or mindset is going to help you move through it? This is where I feel like it's your ancestors coming through. It says the gallery of those who came before, right? How many of us do this? Keep pictures of our loved ones that have passed. Maybe you have an altar set up for, you know, loved ones who have passed on, right? To commemorate their memories. That's what's coming through for you. There's a lot of love that comes through from energy, from ancestor energy. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of wisdom, right? How can you access this wisdom? By pulling back into yourself and taking a little bit of time to absorb it. I know this is a simple reading, but hopefully this resonates with you and it hits the mark of what you were looking for. My lovely girl. Hi, Maria. You are very welcome, Theresa. Anytime. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm trying on, look, I made this hat, Maria. See? I put a poofy on it. Maybe I should just cinch it right there. Ta! That would be cute. I'm wearing that. It has a slouch. So, you know, of course, my son was like, can you make one for me too? I was like, no. I was so mad. I watched the video so I could make the poof ball. And then she was telling me to do something. It didn't feel right. And I was like, I don't know. Then I did it and it turned into 2 different poof balls. And I was like, I gave her a thumbs down. There you go. Like, you messed up with your directions. I don't like to give people's videos thumbs down, but that's what I did. That's what I did. Michelle Lowe is next. Weird things happened with the candle. Oh my gosh. That's what I was saying. In the middle of that reading for, I think it was for Claire. I started the reading and then like the candle completely burnt out. It just, there's still wick. There's about like 1/4 of an inch of candle left. Why did that happen? I don't know. The candle blew out. Let's see. Let's see if it stays on. See how pretty that is? We need that in our life. We need that in our life. All right. And then candle issues. Yes. Okay. So that was Theresa. Okay, Michelle. Michelle, are you still here? Michelle. Cha. All right. Yay, there she is. Okay. Your candles got delivered to the wrong address. What the heck? Was cord cutting ritual last night? What? Is there wax near the wick? Wax. Oh my God. It just blew out. You see that? It blew out. Do I have to accept it that it's done. It's kaput. Kaput. I don't want to accept it. You know I got a candle for Christmas, so I could easily just throw this away and get another candle. Lord. All right. Trust and rest. Okay. Nice deep breath for Michelle. Okay. Beautiful. Nice deep breath. All right, so this reading is for Michelle. Debs, I sent you an email. Wait, hold on. Did you get it? I sent you an email about my clove cigarettes. Girl, I was wishing for Christmas that the clove cigarettes would be in my stocking. Yes, you have my email because I emailed you a couple of days ago, lady. All right, this message is for Michelle. So what energy is Michelle getting ready to step into? So let's clear some energy. Okay, you check. You check and come back. Healthier tortillas. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that reminds me. Bill left. He said he was coming back later. Oh, here's the card right here. Okay. Ooh, that's a powerful message, Maria. I mean, this, not Maria, Michelle. Michelle. Okay, and then what support or mindset will help Michelle move through this energy? This one? Oh my God. This is a powerful message. I don't know what situation you have going on right now. So the first card is a major arcana. I don't know how familiar you are with tarot, but the first card is a major arcana card. It is justice, okay? It is justice. And the justice, like if you are familiar with the image of Lady Justice, right? You see her a lot of times in front of City Hall or at a, at the courthouse or whatever. She stands there, she's got her scales, she has her sword of truth, right? That's kind of what we're getting at here. So you have the justice card, And it says you reap what you sow. Okay, you reap what you sow. And I'm going to show you right now, this particular justice card, her eyes are blindfolded, which is pretty common, right? She has her sword, it is upright, okay? But her scales are off balance. One scale has this really large flower and the other one has a teeny tiny flower. And it is up to you to discern. It is up to you to discern, because when you're working with the energy of justice, yes, this is about bringing things back into balance and perspective and letting the truth shine, right? The truth, you hear that, the truth will set you free. But the justice card is something that, if this is the energy that you're stepping into, it's something that we do without inviting our emotions in. We cannot let our emotions get in the way, because we have to think about things clearly and logically without emotions. Emotions sometimes tip the scale, right? Like if you're in a, let's say that you have a friendship with someone and you find that you're constantly the one that's giving, and the other person is just taking, okay? Then it's off balance. If you let your emotions come in the way of that, you might start to make excuses for the person. Well, they're going through some things right now, and you know, this and that, but I just want to be empathetic and I want to be mindful, and I, you know, all the things. No, when justice is coming into picture, we're not thinking of any of that. Like, we have to use our discernment and we have to remove you know, remove all of the emotions out of the way in order to make a clear decision. Because emotions, as lovely as they are, sometimes they get in the way of us being able to see things clearly. So the energy that you're stepping into, that's what we have, okay? Now, what do you need to help you move through this energy? Big card here, volcano, right? So immediately what I think of, what you need an eruption. You need to let go of all the stuff that you've been holding within you. You've been bottling things up for a really long time. And that bottle's about to explode and you got to let it all out. Because if not, you're not going to be able to do this if you have this much pent up within you. That's a figure inside there. I know it's kind of hard to see because the artwork is a little, you know, crazy. But here's the little head, here's the body, here's the legs, those are the arms. And it's just waiting to blast, right? It's not good to hold stuff, you know, hold stuff inside you like that. You gotta let that go so you could process, right? You have to don't cling on to stuff. You gotta let it go so you could process through the things, okay? Now, volcano is card number 49. It says, I'm gonna read it to you, okay? It's been building for a while now, and you are ready to burst out with a bang. They better watch out for you, sweetheart, because you are about to bring the fire. If they aren't on your page, they better start running, because it's time for your takeover. Before you let all of that passionate, moving, fiery force, you might feel a bit stressed or cranky. It's just because the pressure is building. And guess what? Your stress and those uncomfortable feelings are just part of the process. It is hard to be patient when you have fire in your belly, but you'll be letting it loose real soon. Okay, so that is the message that is coming through for you, my dear. What you're stepping into, well, it's time to bring things back into perspective, to harmonize, and to bring things into balance. But before you can do that, you have to let go of all the things that are pent up within you. I have a feeling you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'll wait to hear what you have to say, okay? Let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna have a sip of water and get caught up with the chat while you do that. You do that. Because I think Michelle was the last. Oh, okay, perfect. All right, thank you for letting me know, Michelle. Thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for being here. And if it resonates, please remember to like and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so that you get notified when I go live. I usually try to go live every Friday. And I usually go live around 6 p.m. Eastern, but today I came on at 4:44. Yeah, 4:44. Ah, this was so good. I really love how these decks work together. They're amazing. Okay, what's going on? Parker Taylor, Jesus loves you. Oh my gosh, thank you for letting me know. Although I don't have any doubts in my mind. I know what I know. Okay, California outlawed them. Outlawed what? Left-handed with the sword. Is that Arya Stark with the needle? So I don't know, because I don't know if you're seeing me normal or if it's been mirrored. I don't know. I heard menthols were outlawed. Menthol? Like, ooh, that hits a certain kind of way. Seems all is okay with my Gmail. Was something wrong with your email? I sent you an email message, but I didn't hear from you. I couldn't check because I'm using my phone right now to, you know, to do the live, but I'll check. I looked everywhere. Maybe don't write Deb's dog treat. I did what Desiree texted it to me. Desiree texted it to me. So I just did whatever. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me see if I could get into my email. And then after this, I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm going on Truth Wave in about an hour, and I want to have a little bit of time to have a snack and to replenish my energy. Copy from the chat was the one that Deb said. Okay, let me see. Okay. Sent. I'm going to my sent messages. Okay, I sent it to this email right here. Let me see. That one. And then I'm gonna come over here. Oh, that's not it. It was on this. That, and I put it right here. That's the one that I used. Is that right or wrong? Solomon, you dreamt about golden showers? That's fascinating. Yeah, me too, Scottie. These decks really go well together. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I sent it. And I'm going to tell you, I sent it here in case you have to go back in the timestamps. I sent it December 22 at 3:53. I'll shower you with kisses. Yeah. All right. So that's when I sent it, December 22. But I'll try sending it again just in case. I don't know what happened. That's so weird. Is it because maybe you don't have me saved in your contacts? So no, but it would have, you would have gotten it at least in your spam. Do you have like a junk folder? I'll look again. Okay. All right, that sounds good. Awesome. Let love flow. Let love flow. Oh my God, this hat making me hot. There. Whew. Anyways, that is what I did. I made a hat and a pom-pom. All right, this was a lot of fun. I really liked these two decks together. I'm very happy that I got them. I feel like this deck is great for like growth and for learning, and you know, and then this deck, I feel like it's completely different than Reclaim. I was worried that this would compete with the Reclaim Oracle, but they're completely different. Angela May, any news coming? I can pull a quick card for you before I part ways. I'll pull a card for you. All right. Truth wave. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, look, Desiree, I'm wearing the jade. It was supposed to be a ring, but I'm wearing it as a pendant. Well, you didn't send. I did, Scottie. I sent it. I sent it, Scottie. Parting reading. All right, so this is the last one for Angela May because she is a fan and supporter of the channel. Ooh. All right. Should I be upset? Well, Scottie, no, you shouldn't be upset. Debs offered to connect me with some clove cigarettes. So she said, send me an email. So I did. Okay. Okay. All right. I wanted a clove cigarette for Christmas. I didn't get one. So I have to use this one. This is my fake. See? So I'll just hold on to this and I'll give you your reading, okay? All right. So you like it better as a pendant? Yeah. It was supposed to be a ring, but I was like, that's crazy. Look at that. It's chunky. You dreamt that you were smoking last night? What? Wow. That's crazy. All right. All right, friends. So this is for Angela May Hookings. So what energy is Angela moving towards? Okay. So we have a beautiful card. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the beautiful 9 of Pentacles that has come out for Angela May. The key word is gain, right? You have things to gain. And it says, make your goals a reality. Make your goals a reality. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles is a fantastic card, very positive. It's about getting the things that you have slowly been working towards after so long. And, you know, yes, Pentacles are connected to money and to finances, but it could also be to work. It could also be to family. It could also be to home. It could be to your health, right? So it could be to a lot of things. And you have the 9, make your goals a reality. So that spirit coming through and saying, you got this, you could do this. So that is what you're moving into. What energy do you need in order to make this happen? We have, this is interesting, Death of the Deceitful. I'm going to show you the card. Death of the Deceitful. I'm going to say, you see how her hands are in the air? There's a skull in each hand. She's happy. Her third eye is activated. And look at her heart. It's shining bright like a diamond. Okay, so I'm going to read to you what it says. Death of the Deceitful. This is card number 76. Okay. Okay. Here's the card. I'm going to read it to you. It says, we fear death. It's interesting because you just mentioned that your ex passed away. Okay. We fear death. We fear the death of relationships, the death of our habits and our patterns. And this card is calling upon you to pick up the scythe and cut down the things in your life that are not true. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because perhaps this is natural, right? Someone passes away. It reminds us that we are mortal, right? And that one day our time is going to come. And maybe that left you feeling a certain kind of way, right? Then you have this card here, Death of the Deceitful. But I feel like this is indicating that in order for you to step into this Nine of Pentacles energy, you have to let go of those fears. You have to let go of the anxiety that holds you back at times, right? Those are lies. That's why it says deceitful. Those are lies that we tell ourselves that hold us in place and don't allow us to step into our abundance, to step into our blessings, to step into all the things that the universe has lined up for us. So you got to cut ties with all of that. All those attachments, all those fears, all those worries, the things that keep you up at night, the things that keep your brain going. You know, the wheels are always turning. You got to let go of all of that so that you can make your dreams a reality. Okay. So that is the message for you, my friend. Scottie, he can't feel his legs. What the heck? What's going on here? I know it's crazy, but I'm smoking right now. Who is? Scottie? Oh my God. Scottie, I'm smoking too. See? Right here. I could smoke it or I could hang it on my necklace. Okay, I didn't get the email. Send it again. Okay, no problem. Can you still feel your... Scottie! Oh my God, poor Scottie. Dios mío. Oh, I love you guys. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, this was so much fun. I really liked working with these two decks. These are two of the I did get quite a few decks in the month of December. So these were two that I knew that I wanted to like put together and play with. And they're just amazing. I love them. Ah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, Army. We're actually wrapping up because I've been live for a super long time. How long have I been on here? 216 minutes, whatever that is. 8, 4. I've been on almost 4 hours. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. So this was awesome. I love these decks. And as a reminder, right? I know it seems like we're always bringing new decks into the collection, but I actually found a used copy of this deck on eBay and I got it for a really good price. It is a little bit of a risk, right? It's a chance that you take when you buy online like that. There were a couple of cards that have a little bit of damage, no big deal. You know, I can live with that. I think the deck is still great and I really loved using it. So this was the Iris, and then the other one was the Outgrow Yourself. And this is a deck I've been thinking about for a long time, but I kept hemming and hawing, going back and forth. I was homesick, you know, in bed a couple of weekends ago. I don't know if you guys remember. And I just lay there and I did the next best thing is I started to look at decks. So I put this one in my cart, but I wasn't sure what to do. And then the kind woman sent me a coupon code for me to use at her store. She has a shop, right, that she sells here in the US. It's called a Ripple in Time, a Riffle in Time. And so I decided to go ahead and purchase the deck. And I did. It was my first time. It was a great experience. I would definitely do that again. So sometimes it feels like we're bringing a lot of decks in, but sometimes they just come in for super cheap. It's hard to read your comments. What comments? Oh, Scottie. Is he slurring his speech? His speech is slurred. Oh my God. It's hard to type. Scottie. Oh gosh. That's hilarious. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye for now. And then I'll be on with Victor a little bit later tonight. So I will see you there in about an hour and a half. And yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.